What if I told you that reality has been speaking to you all along? Not with words, but with signs, whispers, moments too perfect to be random. You think of someone, and they suddenly call. You see the same number everywhere, again and again. A stranger appears with the exact answer you've been searching for. You've called it coincidence, chance, randomness. But deep down, you've always known there was something more. And you were right. These aren't accidents. They're messages, synchronicities. And once you understand what they really are, your entire reality will start to shift. This isn't just another video. This is the moment you begin to see the world for what it truly is, the illusion of randomness. From the moment you were born, you were taught to trust one thing above all else: logic, structure, rules, what you can measure, what you can see. Anything outside that, dismissed, labeled as a fluke, a fantasy, a coincidence. But it wasn't always like that. As a child, you felt things. You noticed patterns. You sensed when something was about to happen, without anyone telling you. You saw the world as alive, connected, meaningful. But every time you shared those feelings, someone told you, that's just your imagination. That's not how the world works. Don't be silly. So slowly, you stopped listening to that voice inside. You stopped noticing the signs. You stopped believing in what you couldn't explain. Because that's exactly how the system is designed. You were taught to follow structure, not your inner signals. You were rewarded for memorizing facts, not trusting your gut. You were praised for being logical, not intuitive. In a world that glorifies materialism, introspection is seen as weakness. Spirituality is labeled superstition, and anything mysterious, brushed off as coincidence. But here's the truth: you weren't wrong to feel those things. You were just trained to stop paying attention. So, what are synchronicities? They're the moments that make you pause, moments that feel too aligned, too perfect to be random. You think of someone, and they text you seconds later. You open a book, and the exact words you need are staring back at you. You keep seeing the same number: 111, 222, 333, everywhere you go. You hear a song that speaks directly to something you've been quietly struggling with. These aren't just coincidences. These are synchronicities, meaningful alignments that defy logic and reason. Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, gave them a name. He called them synchronicities. When two events connect, not through cause and effect, but through meaning. He believed they were windows into a deeper order, an underlying intelligence woven into the fabric of reality. But Jung wasn't the first. Ancient mystics, shamans, and philosophers from every culture spoke of the same thing: signs, symbols, divine timing, whispers from the universe, guiding those who were awake enough to listen. They knew that reality wasn't a cold, dead machine. They saw it as alive, conscious, and interactive. Today, we brush these moments off. We call them chance, coincidence. But what if they're not? What if these events are happening for you, not to you? What if they're not random at all, but patterns trying to guide you? Because once you start noticing synchronicities, you realize something powerful. Reality is not ignoring you. It's been speaking to you this whole time. You might be wondering, if synchronicities are real, how do they actually work? It starts with something happening inside you. At the base of your brain, there's a tiny network of neurons called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. It's your mind's filter. It decides what you notice and what you don't. Ever bought a new car and suddenly you see that exact model everywhere? It's not that the world changed, you did. Your brain tuned in. Synchronicity works the same way. When you start paying attention to patterns, your brain starts showing them to you. But it doesn't stop there. Quantum physics has shown us that observation affects reality. In the famous double-slit experiment, the behavior of particles changed just because they were being watched. That means the act of focusing actually shapes what shows up in your life. Your thoughts are not just passive, they're creative forces. Now combine that with the law of vibration. Everything, Your body, your thoughts, your emotions is energy, vibrating at specific frequencies. And like a tuning fork, your energy attracts experiences that match your frequency. When you dwell in fear, doubt, or scarcity, you attract more of the same. But when you align with clarity, gratitude, trust, you start to see signs, doors, and opportunities that match that energy. And deep beneath the surface, your subconscious mind is working around the clock. It sees what your conscious mind misses. It connects dots. It picks up on the symbols, the messages, the coincidences. Long before you realize it, this is why synchronicities often feel personal. Why they show up at the exact right moment. Why they speak to something you are thinking, feeling, or questioning. Because they're not just external signs. They are the mirror of your inner world. Your reality reflects your frequency. And the universe, it's always listening. Why is it that some people seem to experience synchronicities all the time, while others go through life without noticing a single one? The answer comes down to three things: awareness, alignment, and belief. Most people live in autopilot. They're caught in loops of stress, distraction, and noise. So even when the universe sends them a sign, they miss it. It's like being surrounded by radio waves. Hundreds of songs are playing in the air right now. But unless you have a receiver tuned to the right frequency, you'll never hear a single note. Synchronicities are the same. They're always around you. But if you're not tuned in, you won't see them. So how do you tune in? It starts with your state of mind. A high vibration mindset, rooted in gratitude, mindfulness, curiosity, opens your perception. It expands your awareness. You begin to notice things you'd usually overlook. When you're present, you're receptive. When you're grateful, you're aligned. But there's one element most people forget: trust. Synchronicities don't just ask for your attention, they ask for your participation. When you ignore them, they fade. But when you trust them, when you act on them, they multiply. That's the secret. It's not that certain people are lucky or special, it's that they're listening. They're following the breadcrumbs. They're tuned into the frequency of flow. And the more they trust it, the louder the signs become. Synchronicities are happening all around you, but most people miss them. Not because they're rare, but because they don't know what to look for. Once you understand how to recognize them, you'll start to see that reality has been speaking to you all along. So how do synchronicities show up? They usually appear in three powerful forms. 1. Repeating numbers. You glance at the clock, 11:11. You keep seeing 222, 444, or 333 in receipts, license plates, phone numbers. These aren't just coincidences. Numbers carry vibration and meaning. In ancient traditions, numbers were seen as the blueprint of reality itself. When they start showing up repeatedly, it's a sign that something inside you and around you is aligning. Pay attention to what you are thinking or feeling when they appear. 2. Symbolic messages. A song that plays at the perfect moment. A phrase that you hear from multiple people in a single day. An animal crossing your path that seems oddly specific. These are not random. They are symbols tailored to your experience. The key is this: if it feels significant, it is. Your intuition knows. Trust it. 3. Perfect timing and meaningful coincidences. You were about to give up, and then the right opportunity appears. You meet someone by accident who turns out to be exactly what you needed. You're faced with a decision, and life sends you the answer in the most unexpected way. These alignments are the universe's way of saying, yes, keep going. So how do you decode these signs? Start by asking yourself, what was I thinking or feeling before this happened? Is there something I've been questioning? Does this confirm a direction I've been afraid to take? Have I seen this pattern before? Even better, start a synchronicity journal. Write down every strange or meaningful moment. Over time, you'll begin to see patterns, themes, messages that repeat. Because synchronicities aren't just events, they're a conversation. And the more you listen, the more it speaks. Noticing synchronicities is powerful, but using them, that's where the transformation begins. Because synchronicities aren't just there to impress you. They're not random signs meant to entertain. They're invitations, opportunities to realign, to shift, to evolve. So how do you turn these moments into real change? It comes down to 3 steps. 1. Set a clear intention. Synchronicities respond to focus. The clearer your thoughts and desires, the more specific the signs become. Ask the universe for guidance directly. Show me a sign I'm on the right path. Reveal the next step. Send the right person or opportunity. Then, stay open. The answer might not come how you expect, but it will come. 2. Align your energy. Your vibration is your signal. When you're in fear, doubt, or stress, you're blocking the flow. But when you're in gratitude and curiosity, trust, you open the channel. Meditation, visualization, stillness, gratitude. These aren't just spiritual habits. They're how you tune your frequency. And when you align, synchronicities don't trickle in. They rush in. 3. Take aligned action. This is where most people stop. They see the sign and then wait. They second guess. They want more proof. But synchronicities aren't just messages. They're catalysts. If you keep seeing the same number, hearing the same phrase, being drawn to the same idea or person, that's the universe knocking. Answer it. Move toward it. Take the leap. Because the moment you act on the sign, you amplify the signal. Synchronicities multiply when you follow them. Life starts to rearrange itself in your favor. It's not magic, it's alignment. The people who seem lucky, they're not lucky. They're listening, trusting, moving when called. And because of that, life moves with them. Now you know, synchronicities aren't just random flickers of luck. They're not background noise in a chaotic universe. They're messages, mirrors, moments of alignment meant just for you. And the real question is, what will you do with that knowledge? Because most people, they'll notice a sign, they'll feel that spark of wonder, and then they'll brush it off. They'll fall back into doubt, into logic, into silence. But you're not here to sleepwalk through life, you're here to wake up. The signs will keep showing up, and each time they'll ask the same question, are you ready to listen? Because synchronicities don't just happen to you, they happen for you. And when you trust them, when you follow them, you begin to shape your reality in ways you never imagined. It all starts with one choice. Pay attention. Trust what you feel. Take the step. Because once you do, once you say yes to the guidance, you'll realize something incredible. Synchronicities were never rare. They were everywhere, just waiting for you to see them. Now it's your turn. If this message resonated with you, like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more content that speaks to your inner truth. The more we notice the signs, the more we awaken together.